So everybody, this is how you make a traditional spaghetti carbonara. So in a pan on low to medium heat, you want to toast some whole peppercorns, and what you want to do, you want to grab a spoon or something and just toast them lightly so they get a nice flavour on them. Toast them for about 30 seconds. You toast your peppercorns, you're going to place them into a pestle and mortar and you're going to crush them very lightly. So now you want to place your peppercorns, you want to pour them into the sieve and sieve them out so then you have a nice powder of pepper, so it brings out all that spice so you don't have like flaky bits like this. Now we're going to get our Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and our Pecorino Romano cheese, and we're going to grate about 150 grams of each till we have 300 grams of cheese altogether. We're going to start grating up our cheese. And always remember to be careful and try not to cut yourself when using a grater. So here we have to collect some fresh eggs from our chickens. Separate out about 5 to 6 egg yolks. So now you want to whisk up these yolks and you want to start gradually adding some of your cheese into your eggs. And now you just want to add in a bit of your toasted peppercorns. So you want to get your water to start boiling and you're going to add a small pinch of salt into it. So typically guanciale tends to have a lot of fat in it. Now if you do not like the high amount of fat, you can always swap it out for a less fattier type of bacon. But guanciale is what is traditionally used in carbonara. And now always watch your fingers and be careful when cutting stuff with a sharp knife. And always remove the skin when you're cutting up guanciale. Now bear in mind that the fat will melt quickly in your hands, so work really quick. And cut them into bite-sized pieces. Now in a cold pan, we're going to toss in our guanciale. Now, quick note, they do look a little big now, but the fat will melt away and the guanciale pieces will shrink a bit. So just keep that in mind. Now we're going to toss them in. And we're going to turn the heat on. And we're going to cook this up at about medium heat. Now to put the spaghetti into the pot, and before I do that, you can maybe see that the spaghetti is a bit of a rougher texture than most, and getting a authentic spaghetti with a bit of rougher texture will help the sauce stick to this pasta better. So now what you want to do to put it into the pot, you want to twist it in your hands a bit and drop it in, and then you just spread that out a bit and it will naturally start falling into the water. And now just cook it to the package directions. Now keep in mind, you might want to wear maybe gloves if you're cooking guanciale like this or any type of bacon, because the hot fats and oils will come up and maybe burn your skin. So just keep that in mind so you don't get burnt. And also with spaghetti, if you want any gluten-free options, you can always buy gluten-free pasta. And to our carbonara sauce, some more flavour, we want to take a few spoonfuls of that guanciale fat and add it into our cheesy eggs mixture and just stir that around. And now you always want to reserve about a cup of your pasta water, so then you can use it to help emulsify the sauce later on. So when you're draining pasta, you've got to make sure not to spill any of the hot water on yourself, as it can burn you. And now I find that it's best to wear gloves or oven mitts when draining pasta so you don't burn your hands. Just So nice and slowly, and pour it into your colander. Perfect. Pull it back out, give it a shake, and pour it back into your pot. So now with the heat off, in the same guanciale pan, you're going to start adding in your spaghetti, because there will still be residual heat from when you were cooking the guanciale, and of course the spaghetti is already hot. Now into your pasta, you're going to add your cheesy eggs mixture. Now this is what creates the sauce and all the flavour of the carbonara. This is one of the main ingredients, besides the pasta, obviously. Now you can add lots of your black pepper, and you can always season with a little bit of salt. And this is how you make a traditional spaghetti carbonara, my way.